Hello and good evening! Welcome back, Vlogga fam, sa ating Advice Thursdays. Ang lagi nyo inaabang advice segment of every week dito sa Vlogga Palooza. Okay, so today, another episode of Advice Thursdays will be tackling about our planning our financial goals for 2021. Alam mo, it's something that we all should learn how to be very, very, you call that, literate with our finances para malaman natin how we could spend wisely and also save up for the things that we want in our lives. So, without further, ado, excited na nga ako sa topic na to kasi ang dami. I'm sure marami na ako matututunan. So, without further ado, ipakilala natin ang ating mga guests for tonight. Ayan. So, I would want to welcome Mommy Shai or Miss Shaira Rodriguez-Galvez, a content creator and all that. Mommy Shai is here. Hello, Mommy Shai!
Hello everyone, good evening.
Kamusta ka? Kamusta po kayo, Mommy Shai? Ano din po ang pinagkakaabalahan nyo recently?
Ayos lang naman. So far, full-time mom. Ayan. With a side hustle. So, ayun. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us for today, and I'm excited to learn all the tips and tricks that we could learn on planning our financial goals for this year, diba? Okay, thank you, Mommy, for joining us tonight. Thank you, Mommy Shai. And then we'll have our next guest, guys. Ito na din. Siya rin makakatulong sa atin for tonight. Kung paano natin ipaplan ang ating financial goals, Miss Nikki Jurado, or Miss, or Nomad Finance Girl as well. Hello, Miss Nikki.
Hi, everyone.
Ayan. Kamusta po kayo, Miss Nikki?
I'm great. I'm so excited for this. Hello.
Ayan, ready na. Grabe ang energy ni Miss Nikki for this episode tonight. So I'm also excited kasi I'm sure maraming value bombs at marami tayong matututunan tonight. And before that, may pa-shoutout here from XDE Logistics Tanyag Taguig. Maybe you know them. Ayan, pa-shoutout na from XDE Logistics Tanyag Taguig. Hello there. Ayan, Mami Shahid seems to know you. And hello, Miss Anne. Thank you for joining us tonight. Alam mo, totoo, this is a topic that we all need. So as we begin, ito na nga. Our first question of the night, anyone can answer here, but the question is, how was your New Year like? Ayun. And what plans or goals did you set for yourself this year? Who wants to answer? Taas na kamay o kamay sa dibdib? Mommy Shai o Miss Nikki? Sino po tayo ang sasagot ng first question?
Sige, si Mommy Shai.
Yan, Mommy Shai, kamusta naman po? Ayan, ready si Mommy Shai. Kamusta naman po ang inyong New Year? And ano ang mga plans natin for this year?
So far, so good. Thank God. Because my family and I are healthy and we survived 2020. Ayan. So, sobrang hirap ng year na yun. Pero yun nga, I'm always grateful for that. Yan. Then maraming blessings naman kahit pa paano. Plans for 2021 so far, ayun nga, when it comes to financials, may mga plano kayo mag-asawa. So we already discussed it na ito yung kailangan natin i-set for this year. So siguro later natin itakal.
Okay, exciting natin. Okay, coming in. Thank you so much. And I agree, no? Completely. Actually, just surviving 2020 is such a blessing itself, no?
Yes.
Thank you so much for that, Mommy Shai. And you, Miss Nikki naman. Kumusta naman ang New Year mo? And ano ang plans and goals natin this year?
My New Year was really simple kasi hindi naman pwede talaga lumabas, diba? So, I just spent my New Year with my mom. We were on the couch just watching Netflix while welcoming New Year. And yun lang, napaka-simple lang talaga. Wala kaming decors, wala kaming anything prepared. Naka-pajama lang kami na polka dots. Yun na yung pinaka-New Year sa amin. My goals for this year, I have three very specific goals. Of course, one is to get my book published, which is already done. It's gonna be released next month, so I'm done with that. That's one. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations! Grabe, starting the year with a bang talaga si Miss Nikki.
Go na agad. Kasi 2020, ako. Yun naman yung blessing na nabigay sa akin 2020. I had so much time to do what I really wanted to do, diba? And also for this year, I want to build at least 10 more finance leaders. I'm really focused now on building more leaders in the industry. And lastly, I want 60 more scholars for this year. So, but right now, talaga, katulad ng sinabi nga ni Mami Shai, I'm really just thankful that 2020 is over and we have a new slate.
Agree.
Yeah, exactly. Grabe naman, no? Grabe ang mga mommy and mommy shy natin this year. Grabe din ang ano niya, goals, meron siyang plans, and I can't wait to learn about that. And Miss Nikki, grabe, starting the year so great. Sana all ang masasabi ko, but that is just amazing. Okay, can't wait for the book to come out since it's coming up next month. O, ayan, Blogga fam, abangan natin ng libro ni Miss Nikki. Yan, alright. So, eto na ang next nating question. Since nauna si Mami Shai, bibigay natin kay Miss Nikki ang sunod na tanong na ito. Yeah, Miss Nikki, can you share some goals with your finances na sinet mo noong 2020? And how did the pandemic affect your goals in that aspect of your life?
Well, yung pag tinatanong sa akin tong question na to, this is the first time this question was asked to me. But every time ina-ask tong question na to, nahihirapan akong sagutin because right now, believer ako na if you have the right management systems in place, it's almost hard to create goals kasi your goals should be inevitable as long as you have the right habits and the right systems in place. So when I was thinking about this question, ano nga bang goals ko back then, hindi ko na maalala. But ang sigurado ako is if I look back on my vision board is nasagot naman silang lahat. And it's because of the habits, the money habits that you build along the way. So you don't really have to go big, just the small things and you get those goals. Kaya ngayon, medyo nahihirapan rin ako when it comes to creating money goals mismo. Kasi, again, it's about your habits. Ito, tuloy-tuloy ka lang. Tawag dito yung, other than the goals? Ano yung
How did the pandemic affect this? Or
affect
did the pandemic affect your financial goals of last year?
It did. But in a good way. In 2020, surprisingly, all of the businesses mas okay pa financially. I think it's about adapting and looking at the challenges, seeing how we can grow from there. And syempre nung start around March, April, nahirapan talaga. You'd see the numbers and may slump talagang solid. And ganun lang talaga, if you're faced with a challenge, stop ka for a while. But as long as you study it and you see how you can benefit from it, how you can find an opportunity and grow from there, then I think that is, a chance for you to grow. Yeah.
Wow. So, sorry, nakaisip tuloy ako ng follow-up question because you told us about money habits, diba? So, what was like this one money habit that you are really gonna say na parang, okay, this one helped me this 2020? Kasi sabi mo, diba, the business it had that lump. It dipped down because of that. So, what was a money habit that kept you afloat during that whole time? Kasi, totoo, sabi mo, it's all about managing that. It's all about learning how to deal with your finances on that end. And nung nag-slump siya, what was that got you through? What money habit would you say that helped a lot?
Well, in terms of kasi managing your money, you always hear 70-30, 80-20, mag-save ka ng this much and then you spend this much. And I firm believer ako, and my readers know this, na I think that's so boring. And I think it's also not effective. Para kang diet, di ba? Kayo ba? Na-try niyo na ba mag-diet? I'm sure.
Yes. Yes.
Gumagana.
It's so constraining. Bumabalik din ako.
Hindi siya gumagana. Because it's not fun. So it's the same with saving, If you save, it's not fun. That's why people always go back to, hindi lang mag-save, I deserve this. Diba? Laging may ganong feeling. So the money management system, the habit that I really built, I based it on the money jars, which I can explore further mamaya, and I can, share that. Pero ang pinaka-purpose ng money jars na yon is it gives you savings, it gives you insurance, it ensures your future, but at the same time, it allows you to enjoy the present. That's why, my book is called How to YOLO Wisely. Because totoo naman yun, we
Ay,
only have one life to live, diba? So how will you enjoy the present? And I think for me, that really works for me. Na no matter what happens, may pandemic man, may masira mang business or whatever, as long as you have the right management system in place, everything is good. Babalik at babalik rin to normal. So yeah.
ah, how to YOLO wisely is such a good. Okay, cheers. Coming out next month, guys. Don't forget that. Ayan. Thank you, Miss Nikki, for sharing that. I would love to get into that deeper as we go on to the discussion. And what about you, Mom Shine Man? Ano naman po ang mga goals natin last year? Na did the pandemic affect it or not? Or how did it affect it? If you can tell us more. Go.
So far, yung mga goals namin, or goals ko last year, yung mga hindi natupad, siguro, pinospone talaga namin, or pinospone ko talaga yun. Kasi nga, yun nga, I gave birth, and mas focus ako sa family ko for now, since breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding kami ng anak ko. So, siguro yung mga goals ko is, siguro after na lang na, ng pandemic, at saka kapag independent na sa akin yung anak ko. Ayan. So, marami akong plano. So, I have business in mind. So, meron na kami mga sinaset-up ng asawa ko. Ganyan. Pero kasi yung business na yun is we require na physical store talaga. So, we need a place. So, yung ano ngayon, yung pandemic ngayon, it affects talaga yung mga decision making namin with
Mm-mm.
regards to putting up on a business.
Okay.
Savings, yes, we save money for our future at the same time.
I see. That's
So,
wonderful. So may tayong business in mind as at the moment. But yun nga, mahirap maghanap ng physical store din ngayon. Especially
yes,
limited din ang ating mobility ng mga taong lumalabas pa din. Either way,
true.
mahihirapan din talaga tayo. So I hope that it pushes through sometime soon for both of you, for you and your husband. Because, I'm excited and can't wait. Can you give us a little tidbit of which industry is this business coming in? Is it like in food? Is it in clothing? But if not, it's okay. We appreciate a good surprise.
Siguro hapyaw na lang. It's kind of fun, entertainment and food at the same time. So, yun na lang.
Exciting. Okay, guys, abangan natin ang new business. It's in the works. It's in behind the scenes ni Ma'am Shai. Abangan natin ng kanya. And let's give her our full support, Blanca fam. Ayan. So, let's take a little breather, no? Bago tayo mag-come into our next question, I would like to show some comments from the Blogger fam. Can we show comments from the Blogger fam? Hello? Okay. Ayan. I want to learn about where we can invest aside from MP2 savings. Is that something that we can answer along the way tonight, Miss Nikki? Ayan. Hello?
Okay. Ito na. Sige. About
Akala ko
aside from
what
MP2
sorry.
savings. Sige.
Yeah.
Ngayon, yes, of course, of course. Well, I would suggest nga that you really go beyond those kasi maliit lang ang balik, di ba? I'm sure nararamdaman niyo yun. So there are many, many vehicles that you can get into and it really depends on your risk profile. So I know na when you go online and you find these traders and investors, ang daling ma-hype. Especially makikita mo, oh my gosh, ang yaman niya, gayahin ko siya. But mali yun. Kasi ang bawat tao, may iba't iba tayong risk profile. So you have to consider that first. Kasama doon sa risk profile is ano yung kind of risk na kaya mong buhatin. Like, are you yung more conservative type na mas kaya sa bangko where you go for savings and time deposits wherein you earn like 4%, 2%, 6%, ganun. Or, are you the more aggressive type where you can put your money in stocks, in forex, in art, or in real estate? So it starts there first, but definitely in the Philippines, there are so many options. Some of the things that you can look into beyond MP2 would be sa banks. They offer time deposits and other money markets. They also offer mutual funds, UITFs. Basically, those are managed funds wherein you put your money and licensed professionals manage it for you. It can be slow, a little bit slow right now. If you're more aggressive, I would suggest you manage it yourself. But if you do that, you really have to study. So you can, personally manage your stocks or your currencies and commodities, or you can also put your money again in the bigger markets like real estate and art. Ito yung mga tinatawag nating collectibles. Sa Pilipinas, napakaraming opportunities to earn. But again, my main tip before going to that even is aralin niyo muna. Huwag magpa-hype. Mag-aral mo lang mabuti. Okay? Kasi ang daming nawawalan ng pera, sobra. Okay?
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. So at least guys, alam natin maraming po tayong options when it comes to MPT savings and all those other streams that you can get. And wag nga magpa-hype. Sabi nga ni Miss Nikki, kailangan nating alamin. Ayan. So, before also that, meron din po nagsabi sa atin here, ang sabi niya, ang goal niya with Wana or Mr. Wana or Miss Wana, sabi niya is he or she wants to have multiple income streams. Other goals pa ng isa is Miss Jefferson or Mr. Jefferson is also save more and invest more. Likewise, guys, gusto ko din mangyari yan. So, alamin natin sa kanila after asking all our next questions sa kanila. Ayun. So thank you again for letting us know all those very value bombs, guys. Marami talaga. So take the time to learn all these other streams and the way that you can invest as well. So ayan, many of us, the question here up next is, many of us set financial goals for ourselves. But why do you think we have a hard time keeping them? O ito, for Miss Nikki, why do you think it's hard for us to keep our financial goals?
Ayan na nga, di ba, pahapyaw kanina sabi ko, parang pagda-diet kasi yan, hindi siya masaya. And psychologically, people are, bound to only continue with things that are fun for them or things they enjoy. So if it's not fun for you, bibitawan mo agad, di ba? Unless yung mga, alam niyo naman, yung mga martyr natin, hindi pwedeng ganon, pag-usapang pera. But I think there are three main things that really stop us. One of them would be your maling foundations. Now, what do I mean by this? A lot of people, if not most people, they run after the wrong goals. We run after that car, that house, just because the society told us that by this age, you're supposed to have a car, you're supposed to have a house. And not just any car. Hindi pwedeng Civic lang yan. Kailangan ganitong kotse yan. As in, kailangan ganitong yan. You go on Instagram and you're supposed to be traveling, you're supposed to be doing this, which I think really removes yung foundation natin and yung pera natin napupunta sa goals ng ibang tao, not necessarily our goals. I think we should start with that. Yan bang pinaghihirapan mo? Yan bang ini-aim mo? Sa'yo ba talaga yan? Or are you chasing another person's financial goals? Mostly our parents or people we look up to, di ba? Pangalawa would be ineffective management systems. In the Philippines, we're only taught to split our money into savings and expenses, and it's never fun. Because ito na nga lang yung income mo, yung natitira, hindi mo pa mapang Shopee, hindi ka pa nag-e-enjoy. And we have to remember that as much as we were not born to just pay the bills, at the same time, we're not born just to save and invest either. We have to have fun. Para saan ka pa nagtatrabaho? People forget that. It's sobrang cliche na question, but why do you do what you do? What would you do if money isn't an issue? Para saan ka bumabangon? Di ba? Yun yung mga tanong. But legit siya talaga. And in the middle of all of this chaos, we often forget those things. The things that matter. Kasi may bago na namang iPhone, may bago na namang ganito. I should have this, I should have that. And lastly, I would say unhelpful money beliefs. And this is cultural. In the Philippines, I'm sure kayo, narinig nyo na yung wala akong mapapamana sa'yo kundi magandang edukasyon. Yung mga ganyan, di ba? Tsaka yung ang pera hindi pinupulot. Yung mga ganon. Ang pera hindi tumutubo sa puno. And another common cultural belief around money is evil. And I think these are unhelpful beliefs. These are what we call limiting beliefs around money. And when we have these beliefs, hindi ka naman nga natutulungan, pero ayaw mo pa rin bitawan. So, I think we should start, attracting or building better or more helpful beliefs for us so that we can attract more money. Yun.
Grabe talaga. See, I have learned yung limiting beliefs, totoo yan. Alam naman natin, it's very cultural, totoo na yung money is the root of all evil, yung mga ganang peg, diba? But, yeah, ako, in thinking all of those things, I agree, no? Doing things because you like doing it makes it easier for us to contain and makes it easier for us to, keep doing. So ako actually really going to a personal question, but it does My question is, like, for someone like me or someone who's starting to know how to be, what do you call the word, financially literate on a lot of things, what's a first step that we should we should try to do? Because on my end, for example, I last year, obviously because of the pandemic, there is a lot of that, and I'm new to the workforce. I'm fairly young. I got my own health insurance last year, and I was like, okay, that was the first step. And iba yung feeling when I got my own. Like it just felt like, I can focus on other stuff and looking into what else I could invest on. So with that power already having an insurance, or before getting an insurance, okay, scenario meron na. What is the next step? What's the best way we could invest that's a little safer for us and not something that we could like we have to really look out for? Because I can't do stocks because I have another job. So what is something that we could invest in that is easy for us to maintain and somehow reachable for younger people like me?
Okay. Mahirap yung ano 'no, yung tanong kasi walang template, for everyone.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, totoo naman.
Oo, wala talagang template. Like, I cannot like say na, oh, you should go for this and that, ganyan. It really depends. What I would recommend though is do a money audit. Now, when you do a money audit, hindi siya yung parang, oh, kada sentimo, dito na pupunta yung pera mo. No. What you do instead is yung pera, you have to align your personal values and your money. What do I mean by this? For example, when you say that family is very important to me, alam mo naman, Pinoy, laging sinasabi yon. But when you look at yung money nila, yung the way they budget, for example, I'm sure si Mami siya yung nakaka-relate dito kasi very family, di ba? Very important to you, di ba? You have kids. But if you look at the budget of most of the families I've talked with, or most of my clients, wala namang family sa budget. Ba't ganon? Ano nangyayari? So, you have to audit that. Like, nagmamatch ba yung values mo, yung important sa'yo sa the way you handle your money, the way you handle your time, and the way you handle your media consumption. So, those are the three things that you have to audit. And once you have that, once you really see na ito pala talaga yung importante sa akin, saka lang ikaw pwedeng makagawa ng financial plan mo tama. But you are in the right track already. Actually, kasi most people skip that. Savings and protecting their money, getting insurance, they skip that. But that's the most important part and yung defense mo eh. Now, the question is, what's the next step? How can you build your
Yeah.
offense naman, di ba?
Yeah,
Yun
the
yung
offense.
oo.
Exactly.
Depende talaga. Kasi yun nga, you have to check your money audit. Number 2, you have to check your risk profile. Like, ano yung mga current skills that you have? What is your knowledge about money that you can use so that you can make more money? And again, katulad ng sinabi mo, sa stocks, it's not for you. And that is true. It's not for everyone. Hindi porket nakita mo, uso ang stocks ngayon, uso ang forex ngayon, I should do that. Or I follow NFG, she's doing art investments, I should do that also. So, kailangan talaga know yourself more bago ka mag-step forward.
Wow. Grabe talaga ang ano. So, guys, if you can see the whole theme of all of this now, it's really just cool that it's falling into place, that how you included personal values in finance management, because it does matter. So if we, again, sabi nga ni Miss Nikki, kailangan mo alamin din sa sarili mo what are your personal values. So there is self-understanding and awareness that has to go through this when you do your audit. Thank you so much. I mean, that, see, value bombs dropping in, girls and boys, Blogger fam, this is amazing. Okay, now, eto, I do have, thank you so much, Miss Nikki, and I do have a next question for Mommy Shai. Ayan. So, Mommy Shai, ngayon nga, pag-usapan na mention kayo ng brief mention. So yun, what are the challenges of actually, kasi yan ang hindi pa napapansin ng ibang tao. For me, like ako, syempre as a single person, my finances, the ones I budget is also for me. What are the most challenging aspects of budgeting for a family now? Like, since you've given birth and you have family, there's a lot of things to consider na, no? What is the most challenging part for you?
Siguro yung most challenging part of budgeting when you have a family, siguro, how long yung pera na ilalabas mo for this week or for this specific weeks para tumagal yung ano nyo, yung mga stocks nyo or yung mga bagay na meron kayo sa kusina, sa bahay, ganyan. So, siguro yung magiging tip ko na lang doon, Yun nga, una-una, avoid your friends. Avoid your magastos na friends. Diba?
Mm.
Ano,
Okay, wag magpapabudol.
huwag ka magpapabudol. Totoo yan. Kasi,
Okay.
ano ba, nung younger days ko or yung mga teenage days ko kasi I've been independent. So, I support my study alone. And then, so, alam ko yung importance ng money. Alam ko yung importance ng money when you work for it, di ba? Kasi,
Yeah.
ang hirap nung nagtatrabaho ka at the same time nakikita mo yung mga pinaghihirapan mo. So, masaya ka na sa isang cup ng coffee dyan sa SPK. Then, siguro ang pinaka-challenge din na part sa aming mag-asawa is, yun nga, sabi ko nga sa inyo, we have plans regarding sana sa mga insurance, life and health insurance, yung mga savings sa mga kids namin at the same time. Though, para sa sarili naman, we have naman. So, hindi lang naman para sa sa mga kids, we have para sa sarili namin. Yun yung hindi mo dapat kalimutan para sa sarili mo or sa sarili mo. Yun,
Oh my
'di ba?
goodness. See, that is such a challenging. I am really, really like in awe. Thank you,
Ah,
parents. Thank you, mommy. Thank you. I mean, I want to say thank you to my. I cannot handle. I mean, if you ask me to do that right now, I won't be able to. So, kids, respect your moms and dads, please. Vlogga fam, lagi din tatandaan na it is a hard task to actually also be a parent. Also, that marami talaga being an adult itself. So, it's crazy. It's crazy. Ayun. Thank you so much. See, I'm
good idea.
so happy to have both of you here. Ang dami ko talagang natututunan. So, but as we go on, no, before we move on, is there anything from the comment section that we want to show up in here? Ayan. Let's see if there are any comments that we could show up on screen today. Ayan. Lack of money is the root of all evil. Attracting money or attracting moolah for 2021. Yes, let's attract it. Ayan. Yun na, I know question that came into mind. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Ayan, eto. Miss Nikki, ano naman, what are ways that we could attract money our way para malaman namin ni Mami Shai what we could do to manifest money into our lives? Ayun.
Ayun, that's good, good. Okay. So if there are limiting beliefs, there are also empowering beliefs. Kasi no matter lalo na sa Pilipinas, mahilig tayo magbasa ng libro tungkol sa pera, 'di ba? Pero kahit na ang dami mong librong binabasa, ang dami mong seminar na pinupuntahan, if your beliefs are still limiting, babalik at babalik ka din doon. So we have to change that. First thing you have to do, I would suggest, is be true to yourself, write it down, magmuni-muni ka. Ano ba yung mga beliefs ko around money? Ba't ako ganon? So some sample beliefs would be yun nga, money is the root of all evil. Another sample limiting belief around money is ang mga mayayaman ay mga gahaman. Diba? Mga ganon. Or another sample is in order to earn money, the only way is to work hard. Meron pang ganon. The other sample is the only way to get rich is to climb the corporate ladder. Mga ganon. And those aren't, hindi sila masasamang bagay. Nagiging masama lang siya if hindi naman siya totoo for you and if hindi ka naman niya natutulungan. Remember, these beliefs were passed on to us by people we trust. So, usually, our parents, institutions, even sometimes ang church, di ba? Walang mali doon. Yun ang talagang pinapasa eh. Siyempre, ituturo mo lang naman sa anak mo, di ba yung pinasa lang din sa'yo. The thing is, yung magandang thing about this is, as long as you are aware about this, as long as tanggap mo na this is not helping me out, you can change it. Okay? The first thing you have to do is write them down and then find ways, how can I create like a system or how can I build habits so that pwede ko tong baliktarin into something more empowering. Diba? Like, for example, instead of saying ang mayayaman ay mga gahaman, na napulot natin to sa mga teleserye ng Pilipinas. So for some reason, lahat na lang ng kontrabida ay mayamang walang magawa sa buhay niya. Lagi na lang ganon. So, paano mo siya papalitan? One example is, what if you surround yourself with the rich and actually see how gracious they are with their money? Paano kung makita mo kung paano sila nakakatulong because of their money? This way, you can increase your mindset into something more abundant. One tip that I would give other than that is you give more. Okay? It's quite ironic, it's weird, but pero sobrang totoo yun, the more you give, the more you receive. And hindi siya always in the form of money. This can be in the form of time, in the form of value. The more value you provide, the more money you get. The more selfless you are with your knowledge, with your skills, the more people approach you and the more they're willing to pay you for your services. Okay, and sometimes it can be in the form of money. If napansin nyo, especially for those na nagtatight, di ba? Merong mga ganong groups. Kapag kunyari
Yeah.
10% ang tithe mo, ang 10% for example ng sweldo mo ay 5,000. Tapos lumaki ang sweldo mo, naging ang 10% is 20,000, nasasaktan ka na. Hindi nalalaki yung sweldo mo beyond 20,000 kasi hindi mo na nga kaya yung 10% na 20,000 eh. That's why you really need to have an abundant mindset. And you do that by giving more. Okay? So,
Wow. It's it's a very see right now mind-boggling. The more you give, the more you get technically, no? It's kasi for me that idea naman for me was with love, no? The more you give love, the more you get love. In that end, like yun yung peg ko. But money, I was like, okay, so see that's one limiting belief I should also be working on. Hi guys, if you guys meron, write it down, sabi nga ni Miss Nikki, and get to learn what are your limiting beliefs and remove them. Abundance mindset is there. Oh, yun. Thank you so much, Miss Nikki. Ayan. For Mommy Shy naman, my other question to you here is, what are your, like, what are your best practices? Like, can you give us a system of parang hindi kami ma-overwhelmed with our finances? How do you not get overwhelmed with dealing with your finances and budgeting? What are the ways that you can help us with that?
Sorry, are you asking me
Yeah,
kasi nag-lag
yes.
yung internet ko.
Yes, it's for you. Yes, it's for you, Mommy Shy. So, like, what are the systems in place that you have para hindi ka ma-overwhelm when you're managing your finances with the family and also yourself?
I set this specific list. Siguro, this is my needs, this is my wants. So, kailangan, alam mo yung yung kailangan mong mga bagay or gamit sa sarili mo or sa family mo kaysa doon sa mga wants. Kasi yung wants nandiyan lang yan eh. Yung needs, it's for naman, essential siya sa atin lahat. So, kung iisipin mo, dapat ba bumili ng iPhone? Hindi. Kasi I have phone. And it's working pa, di ba? Parang example na lang ng ganun. So, kailangan mo lang talaga i-balance I mean, kailangan mo lang talaga isipin kung anong dapat mong gawin or dapat mong unahin para sa sarili mo, para sa family mo. Ganun.
Wow, thank you so much. So you really have to know talaga guys kung ano ang importante for you guys. Grabe mga value bombs natin tonight. And to naman to cap all this off. What is like this one tip for everyone who wants to start investing and saving their money? Aside from auditing ourselves, knowing what we want, what is the next offense that we should take? Yan, we can have again Mommy Shy first. Para what is something that you could teach us, like a thing that you want us to know as we deal with our own finances and start investing in our future?
Mm. So far kasi everything is fine sa akin. So, yun nga, we have savings, we have investment din. Kasi sabi nga ni Miss Nikki kanina na regarding sa mga stocks, yeah, we have that one. So, thank God it's all good naman so far. And yun nga, know your needs and wants and everything will go to plan. So, medyo naging worry lang tayo sa mga paggastos-gastos natin, especially sa mga budol-budol ngayon sa mga online shopping.
Yes, ang daming sale talaga ngayon, Mommy Shy. Hirap na hirap ako. Like ako, hindi na ako, ngayon, nung may panahon last year, na every sale, meron ako sa cart na na-check out. Nako. Iwas kayo sa budol ng friends at huwag kayo titingin sa stories ng friends ko. Ayaw nung bumili na hindi nyo kailangan. Ako yung ginagawa ko, I do the 3-day rule or 1-week rule. Yung pag gusto ko talaga siya, then babalikan ko na lang siya, then bibilihin ko talaga siya at the end of the day. So, it helps. On my end, it helps. Ayan. Thank you, Mommy Shy, for that wonderful value bomb. And now with Miss Nikki, ayan. Can you tell us, like, what's a technique to get us starting to save to our money or save our money and invest in our future?
Okay. Well, two things. One is really, really, really learn. Ang tawag dito, one habit that really got me to where I am now is grabe ako sobrang kapal na mukha ako sa paglapit sa mentors. Lahat na lang ng pwedeng lapitan, kinakalabit ko. Tapos turuan mo po ako, sir, ma'am. Ganun ako na bata pa lang. And naugali na talaga. So it gave me two things. One, it gave me access to direct mentors. Now, when I say direct mentors, these are people who are already there. Okay? As in yung nandun na talaga. People with money. Alright? Because they will teach you yung ano talaga yung important. Ang one thing in common that I learned from all of them, and dami nila, is dun mo ma-realize hindi pala talaga pera ang sasagot ng lahat. Once you have money, you have the same problems. Except that now, you can pay for some things. Okay? Yun na yung difference. And I think that's something that you will not forget as you go towards your progress in your money life, na may mga bagay na mas importante sa pera. Yun lang, wag yung kakalimutan. But money is important as well. Okay? Next would be invest in education and in books to cut your learning curve. Kung si Adrian, meron siyang 1 day or 3 day rule, meron din akong 3 day rule or may 72-hour rule, which is everything that you learn, you must practice them and put them into action within 72 hours. Marami kasing mahilig matuto, ang tawag namin sa mga yon, mga seminarista, mga sali ng seminars. Pero hindi naman nila ina-apply, so sayang lang din. Kaya within 72 hours, whatever you learn, whatever you get, whether it's online or from a mentor or from your books, I highly suggest books. Just practice them in 72 hours. And don't just buy books about money or finance or business. Buy books on building your habits, on fixing your beliefs. Because at the end of the day, creating your money, darating at darating yan if you have the right habits set in place. Nasa mo lang talaga yan eh. Wag ang tao kasi pag naisip ng big goal, di ba, gusto isang malakihang galawan din. Hindi naman doon yung nag-work. Nag-work yan with the little things that you do every single day, even if, and most especially when you don't want to do them. Wala choice, gawin mo siya. Okay, so I hope that helps. Read books and get mentors.
Okay, guys, wag kayong seminarista tulad ko. Isa akong seminarista, cheers dito, natututo, at hindi ko siya na-apply in 72 hours. So I will try my best to do that as well. Thank you so much. But last question on that end, where can we find mentors? How did you stumble across your mentors? Kasi yan yung hindi rin natin, ako, honestly, if you're out of that bubble, you wouldn't know where to find it. You ask for help where you need it, but you wouldn't know. So where could we go to ask help for that?
Okay, it depends, some of the mentors are online, they also have brands, they have Facebook pages, yun, madali lang yun itap. Pero for me, yung mga mas favorite ko mentors, ito yung mga wala sa Facebook, yung mga hindi kilala ng mga tao, yung mga alam mo, net worth wise, dapat nasa top 10 ng Pilipinas pero wala sila. And you only find them through friends of friends of friends. And you have to go out there and network. Now, in order for you to meet them, you have to create a circle. Okay? Remember guys, yung narinig nyo na sinasabing your network is your net worth, totoo yun. Okay? If you surround yourself with people who will just drag you down, bababa ka talaga. Okay? And it's not because they're dragging you down, it's because you're always affected by what they say. Let's say you have a business idea and they say that will never work, hindi yan sisikat dito, hindi yan mag-trend or whatever. You have to surround yourself with people who have been there. So, one rule that I set is, if I'm friends with people, dapat natitake ko yung vibes niya. Ayoko ng nega. Pag nakakarinig ako ng nega, nasisira yung araw. Okay? Another rule is, kapag hindi ko sila like warm friends, na parang cold market na I want to learn from, like if I'm networking in a party or whatever, I make sure that I am number one, ako yung pinakamahirap doon. Yan yung sinasabi ko, dapat ako yung pinakamahirap dito. Pangalawa, dapat ako yung pinaka-inexperienced. Kasi anong makukuha ko if ako yung pinakamagaling sa room lagi, di ba? Wala akong matututunan. But if you're always the least experienced, you always have everyone around you. Lahat yun pwedeng maging mentor. So, kinakapalan ko lang talaga ang mukha ko. I ask them out for lunch, nililibre ko sila ng lunch, and then we just exchange exchange values, and then from there, tuloy-tuloy na kami. Until now, I have mentors over 10 years na kami, and kami pa rin.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Thank you for those tips. Yan, isa yan sa mga susubukan natin after the pandemic. For me, yun ang hindi ko magawa. Wala akong ma-network ngayon, but thank you so much. Okay, ayun. What about you? Ayun. So, to ano naman natin tonight, thank you so much for all this. No, I really learned a lot, and thank you, Mom Shai, for your time. Thank you for teaching us how not to be overwhelmed. No, when it comes to all dealing with the finances, knowing our needs and knowing our wants above all else, and also getting that mentorship, diba? So, uh, before we end this, I would love to have you guys to have your own word of advice to our blogger fam. So let's have Mommy Shai up first here. So we'll flash you up in the screen and you can tell them your final words and final words of advice to our blogger fam, and also where we could follow you, support you, and send you some loving. Ayon.
Thank you. Ayan. Hello, Vlogapam. So, with regards to financial matters natin, so be wise sa pag-spend ng ng money natin. Hindi tayo tumatanda, hindi tayo bumabata rather. So, we work for our money, so we should spend our money wise. Tapos, yun lang, know your needs and wants. Kasi, mahirap kapag puro wants, tapos wala kang needs. Baka mamaya maging nga ka, di ba? So, yun lang
Mm.
naman. That's all for now. So, kung meron lang naman kayong mga pwedeng iting sa akin, you can DM me on my Instagram, kay Mami Shai. Ayan. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ayan. Thank you, Mommy Shai, for that. So don't forget at Mommy Shai on Instagram. Thank you. And hello now, Miss Nikki, your last words of advice for our blogger fam for tonight.
Okay, I'll end with this thing that I always tell my mentees. Okay, alam mo na gagawin, maarte ka lang. Okay? Most people, they already know what to do. It's always in front of people. People just don't do it. And the difference between people who made it and people who are still stuck is yung people who made it, they're not afraid to make mistakes. They're not afraid to fail. So, embrace failures and just do it. Mas okay nang umusad ka kaysa you're stuck there for like a really, really long time. So, alam mo na gagawin, maarte ka lang. Thank you so much. If you want to follow me, I'm on Facebook. It's Nomad Finance Girl. And on Instagram, it's Hello NFG. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, thank you so much. O ayan, guys, this is such a very, very awesome episode. I've learned a lot. So, you guys start doing, and, wag na tayo maging seminarista pag may natutunan. Apply it in 72 hours. And, yun nga, iwasan natin ang paggastos ng hindi tama. Pag hindi naman kailangan, wag na muna nating bilhin. With all that, Vlogga fam, thank you so much for joining us on your Advice Thursday segment. Thank you, thank you. Maraming salamat, and good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ayun. So, wait. Okay. So,